Tag 7. There are probably worse things in life than falling asleep while being cuddled by a little girl. And now the door opens and armed men leap towards us. I can't make out what they're screaming, but their intentions are clearly far from good. Nah, I'm not scared at all. Rather, I'm embarrassed or even ashamed. When I opened my eyes, it took me some time to realize where exactly I was. It was dark in here, only a dim light was gleaming under the door. And why do they make storage rooms without windows? Ist das dann nicht ein Fenster? Although, obviously, that's the way it should be. But why on earth would anyone bring a TV set and a VCR in here then? I cursed the architects of this building in my mind and shook Ulyana by her shoulders. Come on, get up now. She stretched, and as we were lying together, I could see her sleepy eyes even in the dark. Well, let me sleep. Ulyana tried to turn away, but I firmly grabbed her shoulder with my hand. I don't know what time is it, but regardless it would be smart for us to get out of here. Not now, later, she whispered half asleep. I said wake up, come on. I jumped up and easily pulled her to her feet. Ugu. Ugu. Ugu, Nichan. Ugu. I'm so kawaii desu. Ugu. Moaned Ulyana with frustration in her voice. I started to look for the light switch, but then suddenly heard footsteps outside the door. My heart sunk. Why so early? We have a truckload of work to do. No time to waste. You know that we have to do it all before the departure. All right, fine. It looked like our two amped up cybernetics are paying a visit to the clubhouse before the break of dawn today. Shush! I whispered to Ulyana. And what's the... She didn't manage to finish a sentence, and I silenced her with my hand. Well, I understand all that, but we might at least have waited until after breakfast. Oh, do you have something else to do? Not really. I heard some hesitation in Electronic's voice. Sure, you don't want to head off to the library bright and early again? Hadn't the slightest intention. He replied fretfully. Oh yeah, sure, if you say no, if you say so. Soon the work kicked off behind the door. I could hear hammer strikes, machine rattlings, and electronics buzzing. Electronic and Shurik were discussing their own matters, so I wasn't paying much attention. I was more interested in knowing when they'll finally leave the building. Rather soon, breakfast time is coming. But if we take Shurik's passion into consideration... Let go of me! Ulyana finally wrestled her way out, but didn't raise her voice after all. Why can't we just leave? She asked under her breath. And what do you think? It's all fine? Well, what's the problem? Well, we've spent the whole night here together. And it's obviously what they would assume, considering it... I'd be taking the precaution of closing the door. So? What do you mean, so? I tiredly sighed. Just trust me, I know that it doesn't matter to you, but it does to me. Okay, fine, we will keep hiding here. Oh, es war streckend. Ich habe keine Lachgummi mehr da, wisst ihr, wie schlimm das ist? Das ist Folter. Ich brauche immer irgendwas Gummihaftes hier. Oh nein, keine Sexpuppe. I greeted Ulyana resentfully. I was prepared to wait for a long time if necessary, but barely a couple of minutes later the front door opened and somebody came in. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Oh, morning. It was Slavia. I just wanted to ask if you happen to have any sticky tape. We do, somewhere, replied Shurik thoughtfully. Ah, take a look in the back room. Oh boy. These words gave me goosebumps and I grabbed the door handle in a strange hold. Slavia approached the door from the opposite side and tried to pull it open, but I was straining against the door with all my strength. It's locked. It can't be. We've never locked that room. Let me try. Shriek yanked the door handle, but nothing happened, although it took a lot of effort for me to hold it steady. Oh, it's stuck. Give me a hand here. In a few moments... Jesus fucking Christ, beruhigt euch mal. In a few moments they were trying to open the door together with electronic. Erinnert mich gerade an... Egal. I crashed the handle as if my whole life was depending on it. But regardless, this was a short struggle. My hand quickly gave out and I let go. The door slammed open, the bright sunlight blinded me, so I couldn't see the startled faces of Shurik, Electronic and Slayer for the first few seconds. Good morning. Morning. Ulyana was standing behind me so that I couldn't see her, but I could feel the embarrassment in her voice. And what are you doing here? Asked Shurik almost as if he wasn't surprised. Well, to tell you the truth, we were watching a movie. Ulyana brought a tape and you have a VCR here. Shurik distrustfully stared into the depths of the black room. I gave Ulyana a nudge in the side until she got the message and displayed the tape. And what's that movie? A barely visible grin crossed Electronic's face. Just a regular film, a thriller, the latest thriller. Then I imagined what he and others were thinking right now, and I was overwhelmed with rage. If you think nothing like that. Na, wir könnten sie blamen, aber wir wissen ganz genau, wo es hinführt. It's all my fault. Nobody accusing you of anything, said Slavia without looking at me. At least there's one sensible person among all present here. Yet, she added under her breath, what? Everything was exactly as he told you. Ulyana joined the conversation. We were just watching a film and then felt sleepy, it was so late. We didn't think anything. Just a stupid situation, come on, enough. Electronic tried to put it off with her chest. I think Olga will be the judge here. She's pissed, Slavia said in a cool voice. Hey, wait, why take this to the camp leader? Who else? But you see, we're telling the truth. I'm not the one to judge. Damn it, then who? You have seen everything with your own eyes. That's for the camp leader to decide. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, diese fucking camp leader, bitch. Na. Ich mach dich als letztes. Slavia said quietly and turned to go. Just wait. I appeared before the door in a single bound and blocked her way. Listen, this is none of my business. Slavia was trying to avoid my gaze. Warum ist sie jetzt so pissed? Es kann doch nicht sein, dass sich alle in uns verknallt haben und jetzt hier der größte Zickenkrieg ausbricht. It seems like she's also uncomfortable about the situation. I'm just obligated to... Whom are we obligated to? Why do you need to do this? Because... She was unable to find the words to finish. So you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to tell anyone anything. No, she said nervously, but then raised her head and gave me an intense gaze. I'm sorry, Simeon. Just leave her, let her go. I turned my head to Ulyana. This fraction of a second was enough for Slavia to slip out of the clubhouse. Wait! Just wait! I yelled at her as she ran, but it had no effect. Pursuing Slavia in a futile attempt to prevent her from going to the camp leader made no sense. If she intends so, I can't exactly tie her up. She can't prove anything anyway. Ulyana chuckled. Who cares whether she can prove anything or not? Don't you understand your position in all this? In any situation you're involved in your guilt is a foregone conclusion. Moreover, in a case like this. Well, we are responsible together then. Was ist mit diesem Stuhl schon wieder los? Diesen Sleeve-Stuhl. She smirked trickily. Exactly. I left the building and sat on the stairs. Well, we'll be on our side, just in case, right, Shurik? Or we'll be on your side. I think so. I don't clearly understand what happened here, but presumably nothing that worrying. Okay, we are going for breakfast. Soon we lost sight of them. Let's go and eat as well. Ulyana said cheerfully. Food is all you think about. Why bother crying? What will it change? She was right about it, at least. We just have to wait for the camp leader's decision. Let's just go. We headed to the canteen. All the camp had gathered for breakfast, except Olga and Slavia. It might be for the best, I guess. What are you thinking about? Ulyana asked me cheerfully when we took our food and said, the same thing. Come on, stop worrying about it. About nothing. Maybe it's nothing for you. Well, really, what was particularly bad about this? Every situation can be interpreted from different angles. And especially if you have a reason. Come on, what's the worst that can happen? You know, our camp leader, she's a bit... eccentric. Well, maybe so, but she didn't do anything like that, anything at all. I hope she believes that too. My relationship with Ulyana had improved dramatically lately. At first I only saw her as naughty, ill-mannered child, but now I started to see the good side of her character. Although there weren't too many. And now, just when everything was starting to work out, a hard conversation with the camp leader loomed ahead. Maybe I just dreamt everything that happened, and Slavia's reaction this morning was just caused by surprise. Oh. Big Booty Judy kommt hier. Enjoying your meal? Olga was hanging over me. Warte mal, sie hängt über uns? Mit diesen Brüsten? Die müssen doch gerade unseren Kopf berühren. She looked at me menacingly. Yes. Would you mind explaining your behavior? Mind explaining what? Well, for example... Shit. How you happen to be in the cybernetics club utility room? Where did you get the key? What were you doing in there? I recall the circumstance in which I obtained the cursed key. I could speak to Electronic about that. If Slavia told you our version. We were watching a film. Ulyana claimed seriously. The whole night? The camp leader asked sarcastically. Then I just fell asleep and Samuel stayed with me. And so there was no chance for you to go to your cabins. Not even a tiny one. And what are you going to say? Well, it sounds really stupid, but she's right. You expect me to believe that? Well, it's the truth. Was war das gerade? Oh, I can't really accuse you of anything. The camp leader started slowly. But on the other hand, this entire situation is beyond normal. Pioneers must not behave this way. And there are too many inconsistencies in your story. We get it. I agreed fatalistically. I will do the following. Ulyana, you are on detention. You will be confined to your cabin. And I will decide what to do with you later. I looked at Ulyana attentively. Contrary to my expectations, she didn't look upset. Clearly, I do not think this is your fault, but to be fair... Great! You know where to find me in case you need me. She stood up instantly and headed to the exit. Olga didn't try to stop her. There's always too much trouble with her, and she got you into all this. I don't really get what she got me into. And you seem to be too harsh on her. Show me another pioneer like her. The camp leader laughed. When she receives attention for misbehaving, that's another story, but here... Actually, I don't really understand what was indeed going on, but my duty is... But my duty is to look after your moral character. And this situation is suspicious. Highly suspicious. And how long are you going to keep her imprisoned? I don't know. Olga pondered for some time. 2 days of departure. But in these circumstances... What? What departure? I jumped at the word. The term is ending today. This is the last day. What? It was the only response I could squeeze out. The last day, meaning I'll finally be able to leave this damn camp. Maybe it's time for my suffering to end, and I'll get back to my ordinary reality? But why so suddenly? Sudden? For who? I talked about it in the lineup. She has a point. At the lineups I was usually sleeping or looking around and didn't really listen to the announcements. And at what time? At about 5 o'clock, don't forget to get ready. I hardly have anything to pack. She stood up, took a tray and was going to leave. So what's going to happen to Ulyana? I don't know yet, I told you. She will probably leave later. How's that? Not with everyone? Well, yes. Is that normal? I was truly surprised. What's wrong with it? I don't know about wrong, but it's quite strange for sure. Well, I still have work to do. I dug aimlessly at my porridge, which had gone cold long ago. Departure. The possibility of getting out of here. But on the other hand, Ulyana. I myself felt guilty before her. In the end, I was penalized while I at the same time wasn't. That's not fair. It's not like I wanted to share her misery, but I don't think that it's fair that she sits there locked up. Weißt du? Well, there is still some time before leaving. It should be quite enough to make the situation clear. First, I decided to talk with Slavia. I hope she has calmed down. I'd gotten used to finding Slavia at the square, so I went there without any doubt. Why exactly there? Because in this camp I predominantly met her there. But there wasn't a single soul near Gender's haven. I stood there for a while, looking at the monument, and headed to the library. It makes sense that Senya could know where the neighbor is right now. After knocking at the door, recalling my previous experiences was not a useless mannerism, I went in. Senya distracted herself from her book and looked closely at me. What do you want? What's wrong? Why do you react like that? I can't even come in? What? You came here for no reason? I doubt you wanted to read something. Well, no. The classics of Marxist-Leninism weren't my favorite literature. I wanted to know where Slavia is. Why do you want to know? She said that is if she was sure that the conversation is over, and thus she proceeded with her reading. Well, since I'm asking, clearly I need to know. Should be on the pier. Sena answered indifferently. Thanks. Learning what I wanted to know, I hurried out of the stronghold of malice. Yes, Senya has a tough spirit. At least I have issues understanding her. On the pier, some pioneers were pulling boats into docks while others were running around with oars or ropes. After looking closely, I noticed Slavia, who sat quite far away near the water. Cleaning up? I asked the most neutral question that came to my mind. Yep, she answered without turning. Listen, I want to talk about Ulyana? Well, yeah. Honestly speaking, I had no idea what to talk about. Slavia found us in the storage room, got it wrong, and told everything to the camp leader. Now it's not her concern anymore, if you think about it. On the other hand, it would be a waste of time to talk to Olga now. Maybe I just subconsciously wanted to understand Slavia's reasoning, to be able to absolve her somehow. So, what did you want to say? Well, Ulyana got punished. Maybe she won't even leave with us. No wonder. I just wanted to explain to you that nothing special happened there. Frankly speaking, I don't know. I just had to report everything. So you did. Did it leave anyone better off? I mumbled to myself. Of course I'm not sure that it was right, she said confusedly. Well, what's done is done. Do you think it's possible to get Ulyana freed from house arrest? You're worrying about her so much. Slavia finally looked at me and smiled. Not about her, about justice. While I was a bit confused, I found the right answer. Well, you know our camp leader. I do, that's for sure. Just wait, she'll come down eventually. Yes, I guess that was the best decision. Yes, you're right. I stood near her in silence for some time. Slavia didn't seem eager to keep on talking. Still, there was some sense of incompleteness, but faced with the idea of this uncomfortable situation, lasting for several hours, I decided not to be a burden. Okay, I'll go then. See you. She smiled. Raus in der Sternenhimmel. Und Chemtrails. Und Züge. In the middle of the square, I stopped to think. There's still a lot of time till the departure, and I have nothing to do. Just yesterday, when it seemed like I was stuck here forever and had lots of time, even though there was actually very little, I felt a need to think and act faster. But now that I've got only 5 hours left till I leave this camp forever, I have not the slightest idea on how to spend them. I decided to visit Ulyana. After all, even if she isn't allowed to leave her cabin, that doesn't mean I cannot pay her a visit. I knocked gently. You're not welcome here. An angry voice sounded from behind the door. I pulled on the handle and entered. Heil Hitler! Heil, prisoner! Oh, it's you. Ulyana said disappointedly. And what? Am I the only one who isn't welcome here? I tried to smile. Why did you come? Well, I thought that you would be bored here all alone. I'm fine. Where's Alyssa? As you can see, not here. Come on, why are you so angry? In the morning you were in a much better mood. Angry? Me? Not me, that's for sure. You have nothing else to do, so you came here, right? Yeah, my bad. I sighed theatrically and hung my head. Well, sit down then. I sat on the opposite bed. So, tell me something. Let's come up with a way to prove Olga that we did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Ulyana corrected me. You seem to have nothing to do with it. Okay, let it be. But why? A tricky question. It feels like we've swapped our roles. I was suggested a stupid plan while she was the voice of reason. Well, because we did nothing wrong. What's the matter with you anyhow? I'll just stay grounded for a couple of hours and that's it. We have to depart soon anyway. She flopped down the bed and stared at the ceiling. Well, sure, but... I tried hard to cheer her up, but it looks like I haven't succeeded so far. Want to do something, maybe? Oh, want to do something, maybe? It's lunchtime already. I took a glance at my watch. Yeah, right. Here's a job for you. Since you mustn't go out, go and bring me something to eat. Sir, yes, sir. I saluted her and hurried out of the cabin. Recently, I would started to think that finally something that has clinked in Ulyana's mind. Maybe the punishment had an effect on her, or possibly it was something else. And my attitude towards her has changed. Her wrongdoings used to make me feel nothing but irritation, but now there was also understanding and a sort of sympathy. After all, I used to be a child too. Perhaps if one explained to her what was right, what is right and what is not, she might be able to avoid many mistakes. Dude. Ugh. Puh. Ich habe das Gefühl, die Story geht nicht gerade wirklich voran. What the fuck, ich dachte gerade, ihre Füße gehen durch den Stuhl. Es sieht wirklich so aus. Ah. Interessant. Nun, man sieht hier ziemlich gut, dass zuerst die ganze Inneneinrichtung gemacht wurde und dann die ganzen Charaktere drauf gezeichnet wurden. Ha, cool. In the canteen I had an argument with the cook who refused to give me a double serving. However, everyone in the camp already knew about Ulyana being grounded, so eventually my powers of persuasion won out over dietary standards. Ugh. Soon I was sitting at Ulyana's cabin and tucking away meatballs with potatoes. Warum immer alles mit Kartoffeln, Alter? Das ist ja wie in der DDR. Die hatten nur Kartoffeln. Boop. Boop. Just like a last meal. What are you talking about? Well, every death row prisoner has a right to make a last wish. Thus, my last wish is a lunch like this. Huh. To my surprise, the food was really delicious. What would be your wish? Well, to not be executed, of course. She laughed. You can't. Why? If you can wish for anything. Well, you can, but with certain limits. That means it's not anything. Well, okay then, it's not anything. Then that's not interesting. Well, I believe being a death row prisoner is hardly meant to be interesting in the first place. I grinned through my teeth. I wouldn't know. I never went through that experience. But if you think about it, that's almost my situation. This camp is my cell. For several more hours I'll stay under arrest and then I'll face uncertainty, just like I would after death. The only difference is that I had more options. Options? If I wanted to attend lineup, then I will do so. If not, then I didn't. What are you going to do next? What do you mean? Well, after the camp.